So,
Maybe I'll for
hey
myself.
guys.
Hi.
Hey. So, welcome. We are here live, the very first from our work from home essential kit. This is our very first Facebook Live. So, thank you, Connie-Anne, for being here. And we are just going to have such a great time. So, my name's Kelly Abonda, and this is,
I'm Connie-Anne Holman.
and I
So
am,
I
go
am
ahead.
a heart-centered coach. And I'm so excited and happy to be here. And I'm so
Yes.
excited for anybody that's joining us or tunes in later. But yeah.
Yeah. So I want to just do a little bit of housekeeping. So if you are joining this feed live, we would love for you to comment and interact with us as we go. And so if you look in your comment stream, there should be something toward the top that says grant StreamYard access, something along those lines. You just click that and it basically allows us to see who is commenting. If you don't, it'll just look like an anonymous comment, but we want to know like who's chatting with us. So let us know where you are watching from right now. And then as we're having a conversation, if you've got questions or something sticks out to you, put it in the chat. This is interactive. And the reason we're doing it live is because we want you to be a part of this conversation.
Yes.
So we're just really excited about that. And as you may or may not know, this is part of a much larger collaboration of over 20 experts from across the United States who have come together very quickly in the last few weeks to produce content and online courses to help people adjust to working from home. And we do that in several different categories. And at the end of this broadcast, you guys will be the very first to get the link to get the very special price for this bundle. It's got so many things in it. And what we're going to talk about today is just one of the topics that you'll see in the whole thing. So with that being said, here is what we're talking about today: self-care and journaling in the times of crisis. And so tell us a little bit, Connie-Anne, because these are the subjects that you teach within the courses. Tell us a little bit about why you think that these are important things to study or to learn about.
I think it's really important because we might not be able to change our circumstances, but we can change the way we react to them. And so, how we need to take care of our reactions or how we respond is really going inside, and being as kind, as compassionate, and as gentle to ourselves as we would be to somebody else we're taking care of. A lot of us find it really easy to give and to take care of other people, whether you're a parent or you're a spouse or you have a different role. Some people are used to putting other people first. But like they say with the airplane, you have to put on your own mask first before you can tend to other people. And so self care and really creating space for yourself, that's how you put on your mask, because you take care of whatever the weather is internally inside of you, and then you can go about. And it really helps to give you that space, um, to be less reactive and more responsive.
That's so important. And I love that, like thinking about you have to put your face mask on first. And especially in this season where face masks are becoming a part of our everyday life, right? And we're seeing,
Literally.
right? They are literally, whereas you used to maybe only think about that going on a plane or being in a hospital, and it's now become part of just how our daily life is. Their CDC is
Yes.
telling us that everybody should be wearing one. And it's for our own protection and for the protection of people around us. And I think what you're talking about is really similar too. Self care isn't just about you, it's also better for the people around you if you're taking care of
Yes.
yourself.
Well, I totally subscribe to the idea that when you're healing yourself and you're taking care of yourself, you are essentially helping to heal the world.
Mm,
And that is a great metaphor where we have to now wear our own mask. And like you said, it's not just for our protection, it starts with our protection first, but we can affect and influence other people Um, and so if that we then become models, right? If people see we're taking care of ourselves, we're doing our inner work, they're gonna start asking, like, what are they doing? Like, think about in relation, there are only certain people wearing masks. Now we're all wearing them because it helps to save lives. And so that's the same thing as when you take care of yourself. See that you're mentally, emotionally, spiritually fit, so to speak, or healthy, it influences other people.
Yes. What do you think, like, especially in this time of crisis, what do you think are some of the big obstacles that keep people from thinking about self-care?
Say that again. I'm sorry. It's cutting out just a little bit.
Yeah, it's cutting on my end too. I just wasn't sure if anybody's watching. Can you let us know if you're still seeing everything? Okay. So we are also, this is our first one, so we're learning and getting this technology down too. So if you are watching, help us out by putting something in the comments. So my question was, in this time, especially because we are in crisis, I think even in regular life, people can put self-care on the back burner, but especially in this time of crisis, I feel like it's extra difficult for some people to prioritize self-care. What do you think are some of the biggest barriers for people to practice self-care?
Well, I think some of the barriers are that people are used to dealing with symptoms. So they're used to dealing with what is
Mm.
presented to them immediately. But you have, unless you want to keep dealing with symptoms, you're going to be continuing around like a chicken without a head. You have to get
Mm.
to the root cause. Else you're always going to be giving your energy to the symptoms. But with self care, the reason you need to prioritize it is because it helps to get to the root cause so the symptoms stop happening. It's
Mm.
not like you're not, have things you have to process or issues you have to work through. It's just when you get to the root cause, you create like a solution that can work a lot. And so I'm a person that energy is currency. And it's like any other budget or that you have, you need to earn or gain energy so that you can spend energy. And self care is one of the ways you continue to create energy for yourself. So if you can take care of yourself, that puts money in your bank so that you can go and take care of other things mentally, emotionally, spiritually.
That is a really, I like that way of thinking about it. I like that you give a really visual, practical way to think about these spiritual concepts, because it helps people to really anchor that and understand like the importance for them. So I really like that idea of this is how you're building up your bank so that when you spend, you're spending from savings, not going into debt, which is its own issue, right? Going into debt. So tell us what
Yes.
drew you, yeah, what drew you personally into the field of self-care?
Okay, so the last part that I heard, and I'm going to base my answer off of that, is me into this field. So I grew up
Yes.
in a very chaotic house. There were so many things happening. There was drug abuse, emotional abuse, mental, sexual abuse. And so I was always someone that was asking what's deeper, what's underneath this. I still ask myself those questions. So I want to know why things happen. I have just a natural curiosity for why things happen. why. And so like, even though I that chaos, I also wanted to understand, what is underneath all of that? Why does this chaos
Yeah.
keep happening? How do we think? How do we feel? How do we react? Um, and so what I started to come up with was that a lot of our issues stem from childhood, and it's unresolved issues in childhood. Then and we're using coping mechanisms that worked when we were children, right, to keep us safe, to keep us secure. They no longer work when we're adults. In fact, they actually get in our way now. They become our blocks
Yeah.
and they become our issues. Um, and so that led me to counseling. And I wanted to help other people really get to that place where they understand why they do what they do and they
Yeah.
can from it.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I had a professor in college and he said, "You're not here to help other people. You're here to heal yourself." And I used to be so offended by that. I was like, no, I'm here to help other people. But what I've learned is that that's actually true. It's both. I'm here to heal healing journey, but I'm also here to show other people, the things that I've learned. And I love this stuff. Like helping people really, my goal now is to help people really to fall in love with themselves.
Hmm.
And in that process, I'm learning to fall in love with myself.
Yes. There is such a big thing about, I mean, I think I agree with that professor in the sense of like, you have to heal yourself. You're here for yourself, not for others first, primarily. Because if you don't heal, then you are helping other people out of a depletion. But you did the hard work to heal and do your own, like you've done your own self-care, so that when you show up now and you support other people. And I'm telling you guys, if you are not already following Connie-Anne on Instagram, especially, she puts out these amazing, profound quotes that are deep and meaningful and so on point that it's just can really center you. So definitely follow her. What's your handle on Instagram?
My Instagram handle is Connie-Anne Holman Coaching. So that's CONNIEANNEHOLMAN and the word coaching. Yes, please
Yes.
come follow me on Instagram. My intention is always to help people heal themselves, and to help people, dive deeper and really, like I said before, really get to the root of what's going on, and being able to look at themselves and know that it's okay. Whatever they shows up, they don't have to be afraid of what they see when they look in the mirror, and they can get to a place where they're like, I like that person.
Yes.
That person's still figuring it out. That person still has, you know, perceived flaws, but I like that person and I'm going to root for
Yes.
that person. So that's always been my goal.
What a fantastic goal. And imagine what the world would look like if even 50% of the population could wake up feeling that way. Like genuinely, not because I feel good today, but tomorrow I'm not going to, but like at the core, could really be like, I like what I see in the mirror and I accept what I see in the mirror as wholly sufficient. Imagine what difference the world would be. Incredible. So, you also do in one of your courses, you talk about journaling. And so, what would you say to the person who's like, I've tried journaling, it doesn't work for me? What would you say to them?
So I missed the question. But I'm gonna answer. I think part of it was saying, what do you say to thinks possibly they've done journaling and it hasn't helped most?
Yes.
Is that said? Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay. So there is different types of journaling. And what most people use journaling for is to vent, is to talk about other people, is to vent about their day, is to vent about what's going wrong. And that will be helpful for them, but that's not going to help them process thoughts, process their emotions. So the way you can use journaling is to really come at it as a very curious space, in the sense of you're asking yourself, what am I thinking? What am I feeling?
Mm.
And then really going underneath that, and it's almost like a conversation with someone else. So you're okay. Let me get my thoughts together. Because journaling is my jam. I love journaling. But journaling really is that space where you come and you just be vulnerable and you just share from your heart and you say, you're inquisitive, you're curious, these things are happening and I really want to understand why. And it's just giving yourself space to be open, to be um to just come as you are. And that's the
Mhm.
difference between using your journal as, well, these things are happening, event. It can really be a safe space that you have for you.
Yeah. And I really like this thing you said earlier, be as kind and compassionate to yourself as you are to others. That is a really key thing. And I think so many of us go throughout the day and we're our own worst critic. We're way harder on ourselves than we are on the people around us. And especially in a time of crisis where, none of us were designed to know what to do in this kind of a crisis. It's new for all of us. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to get angry sometimes. We're going to be sad sometimes. And it's okay. It's okay to be where you're at. But how could somebody use journaling to help them get to a place of dealing with and processing through those negative emotions?
So cutting out, and I hate to keep saying that, but I think what I got was, how can I help somebody deal with negative emotions?
Yes.
Okay. Um, so one thing that has really helped me with that, and um, is, so it doesn't seem like it's related, but it is related. Mindfulness has really helped me with judgmental of myself. It's really helped with me being more compassionate, more kind, and more gentle to myself. And
Yes.
the way journaling helps that is, journaling is a way for you to get the thoughts and the feelings that you're having inside outside of you. And so when you get it outside of you, you're able to look at it in a different perspective. So we are so used to talking to ourselves, but we are also used to talking to ourselves in a very negative, in a
Mm.
very critical, in a very sometimes demeaning way, can sometimes be the worst to ourselves in our head. Um, and when you get your feelings outside of you, it helps for you to take a step back. So it gives you like a space where you can look at it through a different lens. And that's really where you want to get. You want to be able to look at yourself with a lens of compassion. And
Mm.
that changes so many things inside of you. Because if you can learn to be compassionate to yourself, you can learn to be gentle, you can learn to be kind to yourself, you can also learn to trust yourself again. And that's what happens with a lot of us is we've been so mean to ourselves for so long that trust piece is missing. And so journaling helps you to build that trust piece again. And
Mm.
compassion and kindness and gentleness that helps to build that trust so that you can start seeing yourself as being on your own side.
I love that. That's fantastic. And I know that you go into more depth inside the course around journaling and giving people really practical tools about how to journal and how to use that format to walk through these processes. And then the same, you've got another course that's all around self-care. And so all these nuggets that you have given in these last 20 minutes are just multiplied in the courses that you're doing. And I am so excited for people to go and receive all that you put into those classes because you created those courses specifically for this project. And that means that this content is exactly for this work from home audience and so timely and so empowering for people. And I I know that you've had a little bit of a chance to look at some of the other courses that are a part of the bundle. And I'm curious to know what are some of the topics that you're interested in taking from other instructors within our bundle?
Oh gosh, there's other things. I feel on the spot. So let me just I liked hearing a lot of the finance things because I think
Mhm.
that is crucial right now. And
Yeah.
the way I'll explain it is we all have a hierarchy of needs, right? And I think the financial piece is really affecting people right now. And so I people listen to that. Like my stuff is important too. It all goes together. But for some people, they deal with immediate things. Like I said, they deal with the
Yes.
symptoms versus going to the
Yes.
root and helping them help bring actual CEACE so then be able to deep. So I'm really excited for that because
Yeah.
that's been on everybody's mind. Excited to for people to get that piece of the bundle. And then when get that piece kind of soothed, everything else is just going to be like a bonus. Although I would like to say
Yeah.
the self-care part is more important, but I do know that we all operate out of, uncomfortability and need stuff like that. So I'm
Yes.
really excited for that. But to be honest, all of these topics are amazing. And the fact that people like seriously, the fact that people are getting it in one that's unheard of. People they only talk about your mindset or they only talk about financial stuff. This is like a comprehensive list. Like there's so many things
Yeah.
that people are going to benefit from. In the beginning, it's going to be so much, but if they just take the time to go through everything, like it's going to be the gift that keeps on giving.
Yes, that's a great way to think about it. And to give some overview for people about what this bundle looks like, we've divided things into three categories because just like Connie-Anne said, we know that working from home presents a lot of different challenges. It's not just about one area. So we've created topics that go under the category of workflow and productivity. So that's things like setting up your home office, dealing with IT issues, time management, If you are now working and your partner is also working in the same space, how do you work together without wanting to kill each other? So things that are workflow and productivity related all fit under that umbrella. The second umbrella is dealing with things that you might face in your daily life, but they're not necessarily work focused. So that category is called daily living and home. So there's a accidentally homeschooling topic in there because now so many parents are homeschooling when they didn't sign up to be teachers. So how do you deal with that? And then things like the financial pieces that Connie-Anne just talked about. And then also there's a chef doing a course around how to set your kitchen up so that you can quickly prep chef quality meals and also not forget about those leftovers that you had or the things that you already have in your pantry, like take a stock of it. So she walks you through setting that up. So all kinds of tips and tools in your daily living and home space. And then the last category, which is where Connie-Anne's courses fit, is self-care, soul care, and growth. So those are things like, we fully get that this season isn't just about getting your schedule set up, but it's also about dealing with the fear, the anxiety, the stress that you might be feeling inside. And so we've got life coaches and therapists and hypnotherapists and experts in different areas doing courses that are going to help you do things like learn how to journal in a way that really helps you process. So not just like, as you talked about before, like it isn't just like I'm complaining in my journal, but I'm actually using this as a healing tool. And so we've put those all together. There's over 30 courses between those categories. And the value is well over $2,000, and it's in one place. So you don't have to go clicking through YouTube and, Google searching. So the value is so huge. And we're because we're collaborating, and it's all people whose heart is to really serve, take their area of expertise and give it. We are able to do this at a price that's far less than if you would ever go to any one of us individually and buy our own courses. So retail wise, we're offering thousands of dollars for $4.99. And then if you're connected through somebody like Connie-Anne, you can get it actually for $99. So thousands of dollars, lots of topics, one place, 99. So in the description of this live, you would see it, and then I'll also put it in the comments. But this is Connie-Anne's special code that if you click on this is what's going to get you that $99 deal. And we don't know for how long we're going to be able to keep it at that price, but we really want to get it in people's hands. And so take advantage of this. Who do you know needs help adjusting to working from home? We've worked to put this together so that you could get all this access, and we're really excited about it. And so, Connie-Anne, tell me too, like when you started to see the scope of what we're doing as a team, what did you think? Oh, maybe she froze. Can you hear me? Oh no, I think she froze. See, this is technology. Sometimes this just gets in our way too. But what I'm going to do, unless we get her back, it looks like maybe she is trying to come back in here. So yay, there you are. Hold on, I'm going to take the old one off. All right, yeah, we got you back. So I had just asked the question of, when you started to see, so when you and I first talked about this project, I don't know if either one of us understood the scope of what it would become. But when you see now where it's come to, like the scope of it, what are your thoughts?
I am like blown away. Like seriously. When you came to me, I was like, yes, I'm on it. Let's do this. Oh, okay, great. I got these other people and these other people. I was like, oh my gosh. Like this scope is amazing. I've really never seen it all together like this. It's A to Z. I don't know. Like I am in awe. And that just speaks to when you have a vision and you take action, like you've been taking action, what you can create. Like it's astounding. what you've created. So I'm so excited to see it. I'm so excited for people to receive, and I just think they're going to be blown away with what they're getting.
Yeah. It's so great. And I am also like honored and blown away because the team of people are people like you who like we're here because our primary motivation is that we want to help people. We want to serve them and give them tools and give them practical tools. So not just like some big idea, like just an inspirational speech that might work for a few hours, but real practical tools that they can apply in their life and have lasting impact. So even beyond this season, really lasting impact. So thank you for being a part of the team. Is there any last thoughts that you have that you want to share before we log off?
The last thoughts that I had to say that, that really was the intention, and that's the intention with my work when I work with my clients, even with people that I know. When you do this work, when you heal yourself, when you give yourself self-care, when you take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, gives you that you need to take care of other things outside of you. If you don't take care of yourself, you cannot contribute and show up in your life the way you really want to. And I really believe and everybody has a purpose, and they're all different, but they all matter. And my intention is always to help people be the best version of themselves. And that's what self-care, that's what journaling does. That's what any of these other courses is going to help them do. Show up in their lives as best as they can, with as many tools as they can. And who doesn't need more tools?
Yeah. Yeah, we always do.
I think anybody can benefit from that.
Yeah, we always need more tools. Even people like yourself, myself, that have done a lot of work, we still always can use new tools. So yeah. And if somebody wants to connect with you or do coaching with you, how would they reach you?
They can come visit me on my Instagram, or they can email me, Coach Connie at Connie-Anne-Holman.com. I answer all my DMs. I answer all my emails. So join me. I'd be happy to serve you. Happy to help you with this work. Love this work. And I know that it transforms lives. It really does.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here today to talk about this. Being the guinea pig.
Yeah, you did so great. So thank you so much for being here. And I look forward to, people connecting with you, people connecting with these courses, and give us feedback. Let us know how it's going. And, we're here to serve you. So stay in touch. If you're not already on the Work From Home, Survive and Thrive Tribe Facebook group, head on over there and sign up right away. Get in that group. We just surpassed 300 members today. Woohoo! And really engaged community. So head on over there for extra support. Yeah. All right, cool. Well, thank you so much for being here. And thank you everybody that's watching. If you're watching the replay, let us know in the comments too. If you have questions or whatever, we'll get back to you with questions that you have from the replay as well. All right. Take care, everybody. We'll see you soon.